Happy Wednesday, everyone. We made it through half the week and through most of our alert days in a row.
Yeah, a lot of heat the last couple of days. Yesterday, officially the hottest day so far. We hit 95. Whew. We felt it. The heat index was 101, so
hot.
Whew, a little toasty. You got the sleeves rolled up today because it's still pretty warm.
Sleeveless, curls. You know it's hot when your meteorologists are that prepared.
Yeah, it was a toasty one out there. And yesterday I did a little something different. I wanted to try a little science experiment, turn into kind of an art project here. So I put some crayons on a poster board to have them melting through, really several hours as we had the sunshine and the heat. Didn't exactly turn out the way I wanted it to, but let's take a look at our time lapse of this, and you'll see as we went through the late morning hours, they all kind of just started to fall with the tape. So I don't think the tape was just as strong as I really thought it was going to be, and then they just kind of fell in just different groups there. But hey, it was still hot enough that the crayons were melting and just kind of showing the overall temperature of the pavement where this was on was up to 150 degrees, so it allowed enough heat as compared to where our cameras were located in the grass, keeping them a little bit cooler so they could actually record all this.
Oh my gosh, that is so wild.
Yeah.
Which color fell first?
It was some of the darker ones, but because they fell in the groups and stuff, I believe it was like the it would have been the purple ones on the right, and then the orange ones on the left fell, the orange and red. Yeah.
Wow, that's so awesome.
So they're just all kind of starting to go there.
Well, unfortunately, we're not done with the heat just yet. We are going to be really dealing with this for a few more days. In fact, we are going to be watching about the rain and storm chances. But then as we get into the weekend, we're also going to be talking a little bit about that. And what we're going to be doing also is keeping an eye on the chance now for some showers and some thunderstorms. So you can see the feels like still in the triple digits. That's a problem because we're not done with having those peak daytime heating hours when that heat is just bringing our feels like up again, greater than 100 degrees. And we've seen that for a few days now. And now as we move forward in time, we are going to be seeing these temperatures just continue to climb. That was a few hours earlier. Again, these are temperatures that were from the morning with the feels like in the 80s and 90s. And because of the heat just not ending, you can see we're still under heat alerts that go through later tonight. One thing you might notice is from Sandusky toward Toledo all the way over to Cleveland, northern Ohio, they don't have those heat advisories anymore. Actually, last night we had some thunderstorms that formed and actually had some severe weather, but that rain, the storms really helping suck out some of that extra humidity. And so those temperatures are a little bit better because of that. And we're really hoping to see that more now for us as we move into the next couple of days. But as we move forward into the afternoon again, you can see a new icon that we haven't talked about much. And that's the thunderstorm icon, as we are going to have increased chances of showers and storms for us as we move into the afternoon. Not so much in the evening. There's just going to be a window, as I show you, where we could have some storms form, and some of the stronger storms that form, we might be seeing damaging winds and even some localized flooding. Now, this is a very minimal chance. It's going to be more isolated. However, just want to give you a heads up if we do see one of those stronger storms. We did have some very quick warnings in places like Coshocton and near Zanesville and Muskingum County overnight last night. But as we move forward into the day, again, you can see the mornings are quieter, but as we go into the afternoon, here's two. Starting to see those showers and storms fire up again. It's more scattered, so not everybody will have rain. In fact, you could get storms from Logan to New Lexington, but Newark to Coshocton will be dry and really not see those chances until a little bit later. So not everybody's going to have rain and storms, but just know that that potential is going to be there for us. And then as we go overnight into Thursday, you can see by 7 o'clock overnight, mornings, no problem. So if you need to mow the lawn, you have things you want to get done, take a bike ride real quick, I would do it then. That's when it's the coolest. But then you can see also as we move forward, again, scattered showers and thunderstorms. We could have those heavier downpours and, continuing to look at the afternoons and early evenings. If we do get these cells that develop and really just don't move much, that's when there is that risk for some localized flooding. So again, we have to watch that, the potential for some stronger winds. And then as I was showing you just with tonight, it starts to wrap up as we go overnight into the morning hours. And this can be a little bit rinse and repeat for us as we go into the coming days. You can see even by Friday in the afternoon, getting those chances a little bit more isolated for us, but this is going to move through And then as we head into the weekend, again, pretty much your afternoons and early evenings is when the best chances will be for showers and storms. So what we are looking at, again, is going to be that risk to have not just the heat, but also showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon and early evening. But enough of that sucking enough of the heat away from us that we can finally get those temperatures back down as we go into the beginning of next week into the mid to upper 80s. That feels like, though, triple digits. I mean, you think you're in Texas, actually, so.
Yeah, it's toasty out there. No fun at all. So try to find ways to stay cool, of course. And it's going to be interesting watching those storm chances if we see some of that flooding potential, as they are going to be kind of slow moving with, typical Florida type weather.
Right.
Tropical.
Where's the beach? If we're going to have Florida type weather?
Right?
Ugh.
Yeah, so we'll be watching it for you. We'll be tracking that here for the next couple of days. But coming up on Friday, we got something happening as well with the talk about the heat.
We do. Now, since summer is here, that means the 10 TV and 97.1 The Fans Beat the Heat fan drive. That's going to be this Friday, June 27th, right here at our studios at the 10 TV studio on Twin Rivers Drive. Now, here's all we ask. Just donate a new or unused fan, so that way someone who needs one can actually stay cool this summer. And don't worry if you can't stop by that day, which I would love it if you do, because I'm going to be out there in the morning and early afternoon. Dom's going to be there a little bit later. You can actually drop off a box fan at your nearest fire station in Franklin, Madison, or Marion County. We have a full list if you just text the word FAN to 614-460-3345. Come on, if we can get fans, you can do it too.
Yeah, definitely, and it's gonna be a good cause, and hopefully, we'll stay dry for most of that, most of the event going on here on Friday.
Please.
Yeah, but we'll be watching it, and donate a fan and come out here and have a good time.
For sure.
But as we talk about the heat too as well, the power grid is kind of under some stress in this heat wave. 10 TV's Bryn Caswell first reported about the risk of blackouts over the weekend, and she explains why AEP Ohio is asking you to conserve energy during the peak hours of 3 in the afternoon until 7 at night.
Tim in Westerville is keeping his sense of humor, or at least his sarcasm, as the heat tests everyone's patience.
Can you believe your power has been out for over 6 hours at this point on the hottest day of the year?
Yeah, we're just lucky.
Tim's entire neighborhood off Worthington Road was without power practically all day Tuesday. AEP Ohio says failed equipment caused the 2,000 customer outage, but adds an already strained grid during extreme heat isn't helping ease any pressure.
Our equipment is designed to work in all types of weather, including the extreme heat. But what you're seeing this week is a supply-demand type of issue.
PJM, the power grid operator which manages electricity flow for 13 states, including Ohio, says Monday was the highest demand total recorded on the system since 2011 at 161,000 megawatts, which is why the executive director of system operations, David Souter, told me last week older power plants must stay online longer.
We really need to keep generation that is scheduled to retire online until we can basically serve the load reliably.
In Westerville, Bryn Caswell, 10 TV News.
And the city of Columbus is officially opening its cooling centers, giving people some places to actually beat the heat. They open up this morning at 8 o'clock, and you can see the locations on your screen now. There are plenty of activities and space to chill, including game rooms.
Oh.
And if you want to get a workout inside there is an indoor basketball court. Columbus Recreation and Parks says it's important to be there for the community with the temperatures this high.
We want to be here and help our community out, and it's really hot. And we know some people don't have access to air conditioning. Their air conditioning might be out. So we want to have them come in and have a place to come and cool off for as long as they need during the day, so they get a little bit of respite from the heat.
And those facilities are open now and will stay open until 9 o'clock. Columbus Recreation and Parks say they will remain open until the heat subsides.
That sounds great, especially the indoor basketball.
Yeah,
yes,
I mean,
please.
hey, a good way to have an active workout and, stay cool in the AC.
Well, also keeping you healthy. Medical experts say the heat can especially be dangerous for pregnant women. Now, during pregnancy, the body does lose some of its ability to regulate heat. That can lead to dehydration and, in extreme cases, early labor. And new research looked at the connection between climate change and pregnancy. And it actually finds that women in the U.S. now experience 12 additional extremely hot days during pregnancy. Now, that can lead to a greater risk of preterm birth and also infant mortality.
Seeing patients coming into the triage area with preterm contractions from dehydration a little bit earlier in the year and lasting it maybe a little bit later into October.
Now, a public health researcher says only 8 states have specific warning about heat's impact on pregnancy. The Ohio Emergency Management Agency does have heat risks associated with pregnancy available on their website.
And a good way to stay cool is, of course, going to the pool. And all Columbus outdoor pools will also be open today until 8 with free admission. So there's a good way to cool off. You will still need a free leisure card to get in, and capacity limits still apply. The spray grounds at the Barnett, Blackburn, Linden, and Scioto Southland locations will also be open until 8 p.m. So admission is free, and again, great way to cool off. And also warning about the dangers of leaving your pets or children in the car in this heat. If the temperature is 95 degrees, it just takes 30 minutes for the temperature inside your car to reach 130. So experts are saying if you are out in the heat, bring your animals inside with you. Again, never leave your pets, your children in the car, even just 5 minutes. It acts like a greenhouse. It heats up so much quicker than the air outside. So just stay safe and keep everyone safe here as we are tracking the heat.
Absolutely. And another side of heat, how about launches?
Yeah.
We told you about this a few weeks ago, but we finally have takeoff for the X-4 mission. Astronauts from India, Poland, and Hungary are on their way right now to the International Space Station. The private SpaceX flight launched from Florida's Kennedy Space Center overnight, and that's actually marking the country's first astronauts to head to space in more than 40 years, right? So exciting. Here's another fun fact. NASA astronaut legend Peggy Whitson, she's commanding the mission and adding more time to her current record as the American astronaut to accumulate the most time in space. Now, they are expected to arrive at the International Space Station tomorrow morning.
That is awesome. I love that. Yes. And one more thing, we showed this yesterday, but hey, if you need a way to stay cool,
love it.
Just look at this. Just look at it. This is a little refreshing. A little bit of snow, of course, in Montana over the weekend. They had several inches of accumulation. This is at Red Lodge Mountain in Montana. And just, it's a wild sight to think about. They do get snow periodically through the summer in those higher elevations, so it's not unheard of, but, they had to take a break from their summer activities to talk about winter activities. Maybe a little bit of a snowshoeing, maybe a quick ski down the hill there.
Well, not skiing for me, but I normally don't like snow, but I have to say that looks very refreshing right now.
Honestly, yeah, after stepping outside yesterday at 5 o'clock, it was 95 degrees and it felt like over 100, a little bit of snow. Yeah,
even leaving work at 12 o'clock yesterday. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, too much heat, but we're still tracking it for you, and hopefully we'll get a couple storms here and there to maybe cool things off a little bit.
You can get through this with us, we promise. Well, thank you so much for joining us as always. That's it for your weather update here on 10 TV Plus. Now coming up later tonight at 6, Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz will be in, but just know until then you can always catch more news, weather, traffic, everything online at 10tv.com. So have a great afternoon.